Hi everyone, I'm Tom from the Mando AMS team, and today I'd like to walk you through the new features in Mando's free Workday Release Planner. If you're not familiar with Mando, Mando is a Workday technology and service partner, coming into the ecosystem a little over a year ago when they introduced their powerful AI search tool. That allows admins to perform power queries against Workday Community, Admin Guide, and a number of other Workday resources, saving tons of time when your admins are trying to research items. Similarly, a couple weeks back, they came out with this release planner after hearing about how customers must download these release notes and the difficulty of keeping track of updates and what needs to be reviewed, re-reviewed, and things of that nature. So let's jump into the tool. You'll notice this dashboard up here at the top. This will update in real time as I change these filters. Initially, this is filtered to 2026 R1. I'd like to call note to this production column here where we see dates that are not related to the feature release date of 3/14. And this is just how Workday tags their weekly, monthly, and quarterly releases to those release tags. So if I wanted to see something that's specific to just the feature release, I would need to filter this by that production date and then create a view. So you'll notice this is now updated to just items that are going live on 3/14, and I'm going to go ahead and save this view as my 2026 R1 feature release. The nice thing about this is I can now further refine this view. So say I have a team member that is only going to be reviewing Core HCM items. We can now come in, select Core HCM. This will now filter it even further. And now I can save this as 2026 R1 HCM. So I mentioned the concept of teams and collaboration. This new this week is this team button here. This allows me to invite other members of my organization to be collaborators on these release notes. Once they accept that invite, they will then show up as an active member of the team. And what that now allows is you to assign that person as an owner to a release item. Coming next week, we'll also introduce the concept of collaborators, where multiple people can be tagged in that release note, so that they can be notified when there's updates to the status or comments added. You can add owners either individually by clicking the button here or in bulk. So I'm going to go ahead and mass assign all the Core HCM ones to myself. Similarly, I can update the status either from here, from bulk, or within the specific review note. Also want to call attention to the search bar. This allows me to search within the review that I'm currently in. So I'm searching for job profile because I remember this great new feature that was coming out related to restricting job profiles by organization in addition to country. You'll notice the format here. This is all the information that's within the release note. These are the product lines and product areas that Workday tags in the release note. But you'll also notice that the Mando AI has also flagged recruiting as a resource that may want to review this note. I can scroll through, see all the information, and if there were any updates or changes, there would be a button here that could take me directly down to that button. In terms of collaboration, we had comments. So this is where myself and other members of my team can comment on the review note and discuss items such as whether something's in scope or if we want to update this in the future. And then finally, I can update the status here directly on the page. Coming back out to the main page, we'll just touch on that concept of updated items. And what this is these are items that I have previously reviewed. And so, really Mando thinks of that as something that I'm interested in understanding if a new update has come in. So as that review note comes in with updates on it, Mando will change the status of this to updated, and that would then bring to my attention that I need to further review this note. Highly suggest that you create another view specific to this, and I would also suggest expanding this to 2026 R2 in the situation where a release note might get moved out to a future release. Finally, the Coming Soon button. This will get updated weekly as new features are being introduced. Mando is planning to do sprints the coming weeks to improve the functionality of this tool. So you'll notice next week you'll be able to request documentation from Workday consultants such as myself, and then you'll be able to have multiple collaborators on those release notes like we talked about before. Finally, if you have any interest in learning more about Mando's tools or their AMS services, we invite you to come to the mando.work website and introduce yourself. Thanks, everyone.